favorable wind for hunting big game. Yeah, today would be a good day to die. Ow, itchy. I think that stupid chicken suit had fleas.
Gotcha.
Hey! I don't know who put you up to this, but you better let me go right now. You don't know who you're messing with.
Shut up! This'll teach you to hunt endangered species.
I said let me go, goddammit. Wait, DeLuca, is that you?
It's me.
Oh, friggin' hell.
Oh. Damn that Betty. If I have to spend another night on this couch, where did she even get a coffin? Never mind. I can fantasize about punishing her later, but I need to focus. I must speak with Riley and see how I can get Jenkins back. There is no rest for the wicked. The last thing my campaign... Leave fire hydrants.
Sorry, ma'am, I can't let you through. Chief's orders. You should go talk with him, though. He's got urgent business to discuss with you. Sorry, ma'am, I can't let you through. You should go talk with him, though. He's got urgent business.
Good morning, gentlemen. And Michael.
Syndica, pleasure to see you. Isn't this a fine morning?
Yeah, it is. Hey, Eliza, why don't you leave before you ruin it?
Come on, Mr. Walker. This is no way to talk to our Syndica.
Mr. Cooper, you are as gentlemanly as you are skilled at your profession. Michael, I suppose I could say the same about you. In your professional opinion, Mr. Cooper, is this the worst case of lice you have ever seen?
Hey, Eliza, don't you have a house to haunt or something?
Apologies, Syndica, but this requires more work than I expected. I must focus. Mr. Walker, Scoozy, please stop moving. You don't want to lose an ear, do ya?
If that happens, please keep it. Otherwise, he might make it into soup.
So what would you like, Mr. Walker? Pompadour? High and tight? A nice culo Donatra?
I'll be happy with any...
Good morning.
It's a terrible morning. Has nobody told you?
Told me what?
Oh boy, I really didn't want to be the one to say it to you, but there was an incident last night. Someone robbed the bank.
What? No.
Which reminds me, where were you last night?
Last night? How could I be expected to remember? Do you have any idea how much I am responsible for in a single day? I must make empty promises, kiss some babies, smear my opponent.
Yes, and if you can tell me all that, you can tell me where you were last night.
If you must know, I spent the whole night at Town Hall doing paperwork.
Oh yeah? That's funny, because I have several eyewitness reports to the contrary. You were seen all over town last night, including by the bank.
Is there a point you are planning to arrive at, Amos?
Oh, I'm just tying up loose ends, that's all. I'm afraid you'll have to remain within town borders until I conclude my investigation, though.
I am the mayor, you dimwit. Where else would you expect me to go? Anyway, have you actually made any progress with the case? Or are you just tossing out baseless accusations willy-nilly, hoping one will stick?
You see the fellow at my desk? That's my brother-in-law, Special Agent Ortega of the FBI. We're questioning our first suspect. We caught him red-handed at the bank when the alarm went off.
Great. Case closed. Nice job, gentlemen.
Hold on, Eliza. It's not that simple. We're not putting anyone away without hard evidence and a confession.
Something tells me we'll find all the evidence we need once we search his vehicle.
This should be interesting. I look forward to watching you work.
You ready to confess, Hardy?
I already told you I got nothing to confess.
Okay, I'll give you 10 fingers to start talking.
Fingers? Don't you mean seconds?
Do you really want to find out?
Jack, take 5 and introduce yourself to the mayor properly, would you?
Hello, Mayor Barrett. I'm Special Agent Jackson Ortega. No autograph, sorry. I need to keep my hands free for cracking open this piñata.
When you have finished with that, I would like a word about some suspicious military activity.
When I crack this case, and please notice I said when, not if, I'll try to make myself available to discuss that. Will that make you happy?
Yes, that will do, Agent Ortega. Looking forward to it.
Likewise. Now, where were we? I see. You were about to confess.
In all these years, I have never seen you so tense, Amos.
Didn't you hear about his wedding night?
How could anyone ever forget the Benjamin Gloria switcheroo?
Guys, come on! We all swore to never talk about that again.
You sure did. I, on the other hand.
I really hope you know what you are doing, Agent Ortega. If Mr. Hardy here was indicted for grand larceny, he could be locked up for 6 to 10 years.
I could? Oh my god.
But with my help, he will get 20 to life.
No, you can't do this to me. Sheriff, help! You know this is wrong. Are you really gonna let this happen?
Ahem. Eliza, a federal investigation is outside your jurisdiction.
Alcaldesa, look, I appreciate the enthusiasm, and I'm sure you do a bang-up job. But why don't you just have a seat next to Amos and enjoy the show? Apologies, Alcaldesa, but I'm very busy with Mr. Hardy right now. Come back when I'm finished with him. Help me help you, Mr. Hardy. Confess now, and I'll put in a good word for you with the district attorney.
I've already told you 1,000,000 times I had nothing to do with the bank robbery.
Okay, so this is how it's gonna be?
Easy, Jack.
Shut up, Amos. I gave him a chance, and he spat in my face. So, you wanna do this the hard way, eh, Hardy?
No.
Okay, the hard way it is.
Here we go.
All right, start at the beginning. What were you doing last night?
Drowning my sorrows in whiskey at the tiki bar.
It checks out, Jack. Max at the Hawaiian bar confirmed he was there for several hours prior to the robbery.
I see. Trying to build up the courage to commit a felony, eh?
No, I was just sad. I've never even been in that bank. My biggest crime is some unpaid parking tickets.
Aha! See, Amos? This piñata is starting to crack.
Go easy on him, Jack. All we have right now is circumstantial evidence, and that's not enough to convict him.
You know what should be enough to convict someone? Marrying my sister.
Come on, Jack. Not in front of the perp.
What happened to innocent until proven guilty?
Shut up! You want to make things worse?
No, sir.
Tell us what you were doing at the bank.
Don't answer that, Mr. Hardy. Now, what were you doing at the scene of the crime, you scumbag?
Look, I had too much to drink, I admit that. It's just that when I saw my competitor's model safeguarding the bank, I got so mad that I punched it.
You punched an alarm?
Yeah, a few times, actually.
And there's the motive! Venganza!
What? No, I just wanted to hit something. That's conjecture. You can't just...
I gotta tell you, Escoria, this is starting to look really bad for you. Almost as bad as Amos not taking me along on his honeymoon trip.
Jack, not the time. Can you focus on the suspect, please?
I can do both. Did you forget? I'm Jackson goddamn Ortega.
I insist that I be permitted to interrogate him.
Not trying to be rude, senora, but you've underestimated just how twisted this sicko is. Don't let his unassuming demeanor and low stature fool you.
Hey, I'm taller than you.
See that, Alcaldesa? No respect for authority. None at all.
Mr. Hardy, an itinerant carpet salesman, also known as my get out of jail free card. Look, Agent Ortega, it is plain to see that you have run out of ideas. Let me take care of this.
Alcaldesa, with all due respect, that's not happening. My boss would have my head on a silver platter if he found out I let a civilian lead the interrogation.
Who, Edgar? It should only take me a moment to clear this up.
Really? You have to get the director involved? Fine, senora. Have it your way.
Jack, are you serious right now?
Sure as hell I am. Either this makes for a fine spectacle, or she'll unnerve that Huevon with her constant pestering. Either way, I see this as a win-win.
Very well, Mr. Hardy. Here are my terms. You will talk, or I will break you. Which will it be?
I can't allow you to do that, senora.
Oh, thank God! You finally see reason!
You'll absolutely ruin your suit. I have a nice stainless steel bat in my suitcase. That should give you plenty of clearance.
Cut it out, you two! Eliza, would you please take this seriously?
Do not underestimate me, Mr. Hardy. Before I entered politics, I was a notoriously hard-nosed trial lawyer.
Look, Ms. Mayor, if you're a lawyer, maybe you could at least give me some advice. What are my rights? Can I call my mom or get a drink? And can I go to the bathroom, please?
Wait just a moment. No one read you your rights.
Nuh-uh.
So, let me just make sure I have all the facts. You were arrested and not read your rights? And these gentlemen have deliberately not answered your queries?
Yes, and they won't let me go to the bath.
By Aaron Burr's dueling skills. If this happened to you, it may have happened to others. Are you thinking what I am thinking, Mr. Hardy?
Honestly, all I can think about right now is how bad I have to...
Exactly! A class action lawsuit. I can already see the headline, The Trial of the Century.
Alcaldesa, I think you've forgotten something.
What do you... Oh, yes, of course. I seem to have gotten carried away. Mr. Hardy, not only will I not be representing you, I may sue you myself for attempted fraud. Mr. Hardy, I imagine your occupation leads to frequent traveling.
Well, I wouldn't be much of a traveling salesman if I didn't.
But even the most dedicated worker needs a vacation now and then. I shall offer you a deal that will be good for both of us, Mr. Hardy. You confess, and we will send you on a taxpayer-sponsored vacation.
Oh, really? So what's the catch?
There is no catch. As I said, this is a mutually beneficial compromise. We get what we need. And you spend a while relaxing and working on yourself, free of all outside worries and cares.
Wow, this sounds exactly like what I've been looking for. What's the name of the resort?
Alcatraz!
Resort and spa?
Mr. Hardy, this is your moment. The time has come for you to prove your loyalty to America. As a true American, your belief in our justice system must be unshakable, correct?
Of course it is. I trust the system. I believe in this country.
Then admit to the robbery and let justice prevail at your trial.
Okay, look, I don't trust the system that much. That is it. I refuse to say one more word until my lawyer gets here.
Oh, is that a fact?
Eliza, why don't you go take care of your other duties? I think what happens next needs that professional touch.
Exactly. But don't worry, Amos. You can stay anyway.
Oh, feel like having a conversation? Talk to my lawyer.
Tough nut to crack, but I'll find something. I always do. Confess now, before one of your accomplices does.
Accomplices? What are you talking about?
A witness saw a cheerleader, a giant chicken, and the deposed Queen of Hawaii at the scene of the crime.
Friends of yours?
Wait, Jack, he wasn't wearing a costume when I brought him in.
You see? I'm innocent!
You probably got distracted by the abominable cangrejo de las nieves. Or a blood-seeking chinchilla, giving this creep plenty of time to ditch the costume.
Well, that's not.
Which one were you, I wonder? My money's on you being the cheerleader. Okay, huevon. Let's quit the chatter and get right to it. What'd you do with the money?
I don't have any money. If I had money, I would have left this horrible place already.
I searched his wallet when I brought him in. He didn't have much.
Tag the wallet as evidence. Hey, he got any change in there? Talking to this piece of crap is making me thirsty.
Hey, that's my money!
You see what I mean? This is how the criminal mind works. He stole that money, so in his mind, he owns it. Ugh, the nerve.
Face it, Jack. We're gonna need more than $2 to make a grand larceny charge stick.
Would you look at the time? It appears to be frame a scapegoat o'clock. Do not worry. As soon as Father Jenkins is safe, I will have Mr. Hardy cleared of all charges. Finding his car would be a good start.
Well, well, if it isn't Miss Welcome to the Safest Town in America, what do you have to say about this, huh?
What happened here, Mrs. Roberts?
Don't you have eyes? Someone broke into my shop last night.
Oh, please, this is barely a break-in. You can easily recover from this, and the town will support you every step of the way. In fact, I shall send my offspring over to assist you as soon as I can.
Betty holding a hammer? There's got to be at least 5 state laws preventing that from happening.
I am working on it. But in the meantime,
It doesn't matter, Miss Barrett. I just want to move and start over somewhere else.
and how, pray tell, are you going to do that? You put all your money into the shop, last I heard.
Oh, money's not a problem. I'm loaded now.
Pardon?
Let's say my store fits certain very influential businessmen expansion plans.
I am happy for you, Mrs. Roberts, but is there no way to convince you to stay? Until the election, at least?
If there's one thing I'll miss from this town, it's your sense of humor.
Mrs. Roberts, one last thing, if I may.
As long as you're not gonna try and convince me to stay.
The hand of a renowned lawman was used to break into your fine establishment. Ironic, is it not?
You making fun of me?
No, not at all. It is just such a strange thing to have occurred. I mean, what kind of sick person steals 2 old costumes?
Yeah, the chicken and the cheerleader. Wait, how do you know they took those two?
It is my duty as mayor to know what has happened.
Quit playing innocent. It's pretty obvious what happened here.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
This was Betty and Linda's handiwork, and you're trying to cover for them.
What? I mean, yes. You caught me, Mrs. Roberts. I cannot believe you saw right through my lies. A bend in the road is not the end of the road, Mrs. Roberts.
You want to talk about bends in the road? Wait until you hear how I lost my nightclub. It was beautiful. It would have been the best nightclub in all of Chicago. It would have been if the mob didn't kick in my door the very day of the grand opening. Oh well, at least they gave me a fair deal in exchange for the deed.
What kind of deal?
You ever heard of the Sicilian bargain?
Ah, yes. Gun in one hand, mystery box in the other. Take your pick.
Exactly. Lucky me, there was a Twonky in there, and it had a platinum ticket inside.
Wait, are you telling me that you inherited Twilly Twonka's empire?
What? No, I choked on the ticket and sued the company.
What does your husband think about leaving town?
Clifford and I are not exactly on good terms. He went on a journey of self-discovery and just never came back. Can you believe it?
Nothing a good divorce lawyer cannot fix, I am sure. Are you really sure you want to leave?
Why do you care so much? We've only lived here for a few months.
But I'm sure in that time you made plenty of good memories. I know your children loved having my offspring as their babysitter. Remember when Betty took them on a scavenger hunt? They spent weeks in the forest, just having fun.
They spent 3 weeks in the forest because Betty got them hopelessly lost. Oh, and remember my son Timmy?
Oh yes, dear Timmy. How is he doing?
Not well, actually. They ran out of food and your daughter they drew straws to see who had to go into the cave, and Timmy, he drew the shortest straw. I don't know what those bears did to him, but he hasn't been the same since.
Well, whatever does not kill us makes us stronger. What about that time Betty used your chicken costume to surprise the kids?
Yeah, after making them sit through a marathon of cockadoodle death movies. And then she burst into the house at 4 in the morning screaming, "Cluck, cluck, mother cluckers!" My children are terrified of chickens now. I can't even serve it for dinner.
Mrs. Roberts, you will be missed.
I'd like to say the same, Miss Mayor, but I certainly won't miss that daughter of yours. And
remind me again why I should take orders from you, Betty.
Mom has a wrist injury from juggling with circus bears and put me in charge.
Why would she do something that idiotic?
How should I know? I don't understand politics. Or bears. Now, move that permit a little more to the right. What are you doing? I said left.
You said right, goddammit!
No. It looked better to the right.
There, happy now?
How could I be? I can barely read it in this dim office. Move it somewhere else so the sun hits it.
I think it's about time I called your mom. You, seem like you got a few more screws loose than usual.
Go ahead. Lucky for you, she already has a coffin you can use.
What the hell are you talking about now?
'Cause that will be your funeral, duh. Don't you remember what happened last time you called her at home when she was out sick?
Now that you mention it, that permit definitely needs to go in the sun. Does this meet with your approval now, Miss Anderson?
I suppose you can't make a silk purse out of a pig's ear. Okay, next on my list is...
Me shooting you in the head and hiding the body before your mom comes back?
No, silly. It's the eagle.
What the hell is wrong with the eagle?
It's not shiny enough.
Not shiny enough? I waxed it 3 times last week.
Well, you'll have to do better. It only scored a 4 on the Betty scale of glossiness.
Betty scale of glossiness? Come on, you made that up.
Call Professor Totally Not Made Up at New Fresno University if you don't believe me.
That sounds fake. Also boring. I think I'll pass. How about I just do the stupid tasks, and then you leave me alone?
Well then, what are you waiting for?
There. Shiny enough now?
Ew, gross. Also, yes, much shinier. It's at least a 6 on the glossiness scale now. All right, time to clean the picture of that old ugly guy.
That's President Harry S. Truman. You got no respect at all, do you?
How was I supposed to know that's a picture of Truman? It's filthy.
Filthy? The photo's so clean I can literally see my reflection in the glass. Hey there, handsome.
Stop being gross and just clean the photo. Did you forget what happened last time you disobeyed her orders?
Ooh. Being a human chess pawn was definitely not my idea of fun. But that picture is your mom's prized possession, kid. No one's allowed to touch it except for her.
Queen's pawn to d4.
You little... Ugh.
And hurry up! The rug needs shampoo and conditioner. The drapes aren't draping, and this desk has too many corners. Do you do anything around here, Bucky?
Ugh. What the hell do you think you smart-mouthed piece of... You know what? The heck with this crap. You want things cleaned, kid? Well, grab a broom, 'cause I'm done.
You can't do that. Mom would be so mad at you. What do you think she would say if she walked in right now?
By Dolly Madison's Burning Curtains. What the hell are you two doing in my office?
Exactly. Wait. Uh-oh. Oh, hi, Mom. I was just warming up your chair for you. Well, I guess I'd better be on my way. Bye, guys.
Actually, I believe you will be staying for a bit longer. You really messed up this time. And you, Joseph, shame on you. You should know better than to let yourself be ordered around by her, of all people.
Yeah, Bucky. How could you?
Be quiet, Elizabeth. From the state of poor dear Harry's photo, I can only assume the two of you defiled it. Joseph, you of all people should have known not to touch it.
But she threatened me with human chess. What was I supposed to do?
If human chess scares you, wait until you play my newest invention. It's called World War II, the human board game. You shall be playing as Japan. Both of you get out of my office immediately. I have had enough of this nonsense.
Am I grounded again?
No. In fact, since you have taken such an interest in keeping my office clean, I shall have you come to Town Hall and assist Joseph instead. Every day, for a month.
What? That's not fair!
Yeah. Who are you trying to punish here anyway?
Both of you, of course. Now get out. There, Mr. President. Do not worry. This is nothing a little glass cleaner cannot fix. Your eyes will soon shine again like they used to. They will be safer here, out of your reach. Touch it, and they will be calling you Lefty. Leave the book alone. Nothing is... Chuck is exactly where he wants to be. That painting has been on that wall for generations. Let us keep it that way, shall we? I have nothing to say to the townspeople at the moment, so just keep it shut.
Miss Mayor, are you all right? This robbery happening so close to the election can't be good for your campaign. Miss Mayor, what can I do for you this fine morning?
Let us take this chance to get to know each other better, Mr. Peyton.
Sure thing.
Do you have any family in town?
No, not really. Ma and Pa are back in my hometown, and they're about all I got.
Mr. Peyton, I have just had the most wonderful notion. I think your parents should move here with us right away.
Whoa, slow down. Move here with us?
I know it is quite sudden, but it is the right thing to do. All is left to do is sign the documents to make it official.
Make it official? Are you asking me what I think you're asking me?
Of course. So what do you say, Mr. Peyton?
Yes, I do. I do.
You do what?
Accept your proposal. When are we getting married?
Oh, I believe we have had a misunderstanding. I am merely attempting to solicit as many votes as possible.
It was at this moment Wilberforce Peyton Millhouse III knew. He messed up.
Oh, dear. I seem to have broken his heart. Well, I suppose I should give him some time to recover.
Wilberforce Peyton Millhouse? What kind of a name is that? Someone in Caston hates me. I can't believe I took this role of the one in Passion de Fandangos 2, From the Grave to the Altar. I would have looked amazing in that wedding dress. It's so unfair. This was supposed to be a leading role, with at least 200 scenes, but they cut it down to 4. I'm basically an extra now. I should have seen it coming when the director told me we were going in an exciting new direction. The firefighting scene was gonna make my career. I underwent 6 months of grueling firefighter training, which I had to pay for myself. And all of it, every chance I had to become an action hero was just cut, wasted, gone. I was a legend. I was Mr. October, goddammit. How dare they treat me like this? I guess it could be worse, eh, friend? Who I'm kidding. How about they spend more money on that prop than writing lines for me?
What in the name of Truman are you still doing here?
Why don't you tell me? You called the freaking FBI!
I should have known a despicable scoundrel like you would never keep his word.
Look, Miss Mayor, we could sit here all day complimenting each other. Or you could help me figure out how to get the FBI off our backs. What's it gonna be?
Wonderful. Another situation where I do all the work while you sit here and drink?
Oh, that wasn't rhetorical.
Leave the children be. I've had enough backtalk for one day. Mr. Riley, a word?
Oh, God. What is it now?
Before the heist, Harrelson asked me for a particular model of rifle.
Let me guess, an M1 Garand? It was his old man's favorite gun.
Really? I would not expect him to be so sentimental.
Yeah, well, Harrelson's dad died when he was pretty young. I guess this is a way for him to feel like his old man's looking out for him, you know?
Considering his lifestyle, I expect he may be reunited with his father soon enough.
That's something we all look forward to with pride and anticipation. Like the knights of ages past on their charging coursers, so too do bikers meet their fates atop mighty steeds. The second one of our comrades in Wheels parks at that great biker bar in the 8th Circle. His fallen allies and legendary bikers alike will be there to welcome him with open arms and plenty of beer. Anyways, it's every biker's last reward and honor to join their fallen brethren in hell. Lucky bastards.
Indeed. For their sake, I hope they have something a bit breezier to wear down there than their leathers. How did Harrelson's father pass, by the way?
Believe it or not, he was tortured to death by killer clowns.
A rival gang. How expected.
Oh, it's not another biker gang. They were part of a traveling circus. Harrelson's dad got drunk and started antagonizing them.
What kind of tough biker cannot handle a few sickly circus clowns?
They were part of the Austrian bodybuilders with short tempers traveling circus.
Of all the traveling circuses in the world, he had to start a drunken brawl with that one.
Oh, it was brutal. You should have read the autopsy report. Cuts, bruises, a bloody nose that squeaked. An infinite number of handkerchiefs coming out of his throat. And a balloon animal shaped like a caribou shoved in his...
Ah, yes, the Vienna sausage maneuver. I am quite aware. No need for further details. Are all robberies supposed to go like that? Or was ours a special case?
Of course it was a special case. I've never stolen anything alongside a politician.
Spare me your attempts at levity and answer my question.
This crime was bizarre even by my standards, but still not the weirdest one I've seen.
Do you always wear silly costumes and smash down doors during your heists?
Yeah, that's my trademark. Sorry about the mess, by the way. Those doors looked expensive. But I'm sure they're not something a rich woman like yourself can't afford to replace.
I am not paying for that out of pocket, you nitwit. Taxes will cover the cost once I approve that 12% hike.
A 12% hike for a couple of lousy doors? And they call me a thief.
I am still surprised that your plan worked.
This ain't my first rodeo. I've pulled plenty of jobs in my life, but I'm particularly proud of 4. Well, now 5. Want to hear about my first heist?
Maybe you should not tell me. I would hate to have to use that information against you in trial.
I like your sense of humor, Miss Mayor. But I love this one story so much that I'll tell you anyway. I was 6 years old when my parents moved to Hoboken. I was a sad kid playing alone when I met Elijah. We were best friends for 7 years. He taught me everything he knew. We played together, laughed together, sat next to each other in school. His parents knew I didn't really have anyone, so they kind of adopted me. For the first time in my life, I felt like I belonged somewhere, like I was cared for.
Can we jump to the part where you screwed them over?
Spoil sport. Fine. Long story short, I stole all the gifts from Elijah's bar mitzvah, hopped a passing train, and never looked back.
That was not a job so much as a cruel and heartless prank from a nasty little brat.
Prank? That was a carefully planned and executed long con. You want to hear the best part? I'm not even Jewish.
Any other criminal triumphs you want to tell me about?
Oh, I don't know if I would use the word triumph, but it was a solid con. I just offered to sit for people's bar exams.
There is no way you could ever convince anyone you are a lawyer.
Are you kidding? It's the easiest thing in the world. A clean shave, a briefcase, and a suit. add a little of my criminal je ne sais quoi, and boom! Instant lawyer.
Undermining the legal system by helping unqualified people pass the bar. Even for you, that is low.
Pass? Are you kidding? All I know about the law is how to get around it. If you pay someone to take an exam for you and you pay them up front, you're probably too dumb to be a lawyer.
I find your statement and actions reprehensible, dishonest, shady, selfish, heartless, underhanded, execrable, disingenuous, and disgusting. Perhaps you would make a good lawyer after all. Which of your crimes would surprise me the most, do you think?
Well, I could tell you about my first attempt at being a gentleman thief.
Really? What was your crime? Yachting while intoxicated?
No. I just robbed a liquor store in a monocle and a top hat.
By Rutherford B. Hayes' unforeseen presidency. That was not what I was expecting at all. What is the heist you are most proud of?
Oh, even you are gonna have to give it to me after this one. Okay, so I'd heard about this famous French chef, Michel Marchus.
I cannot think why, but that name sounds oddly familiar.
You probably read about her in the paper or something. Anyway, she had developed some kind of innovative culinary technique that the French just loved. People were willing to pay a lot for the experience. The waiting list was months long. Now, not only did I learn French for this one, but I also seduced a health inspector to acquire his uniform.
Excuse me? What?
France is a very romantic place, you know.
I suppose I cannot argue with that.
Anyways, I put on his uniform, locked him in the apartment, and marched down to that restaurant. I walked in and started pointing out violations left and right. They were horrified. Between the bribe money and the cash box I snagged on my way out, that was a lucrative day.
What happened to the health inspector?
I don't know. He never called me back. Maudit soit-il, Jean-Pierre.
I grow tired of this conversation.
That makes two of us.
Before I go, I need something else from you. Do you see those children over there?
Yeah, what about them?
Not only are they currently without homes or families, but one of them is very ill. It seems she will not survive, and the children desperately need some priestly comfort. Could you try to bring them some peace during this difficult time?
Well, I guess. Since they're having a hard time, I could try to make them feel better.
I thought you were just a selfish, avaricious crook, but you have shown me that deep down.
Hey, you didn't let me finish. I could try to make them feel better for a price.
What kind of monster tries to make money off a bunch of homeless children?
Oh, that reminds me. Cash only. You politicians have a reputation for dishonesty, you know. I gotta be careful.
I have socialized enough for one day. I still have things. I am not putting my
Sorry, Miss Mayor. I've got no time to talk. I must stay alert.
You did not guard the bank adequately before. Now that it is empty, security suddenly matters?
Yes, ma'am.
Good work, Deputy McCord. Keep at it.
For a limited time only, you can buy one taco for the price of two and receive a second taco. No extra charge.
kind of dumbass doesn't check to see if they have a chain before agreeing to tow something? Oh man, I should wrench myself for being a fool. Oh, what am I gonna do now? Oh, that's it! Hey, Mayor Barrett, over here! I gotta talk to you.
Miss Valentine, are you asking to speak with me? Are you feeling all right?
Look, you gotta do me a favor.
I do not.
Okay, fine. But it's also a favor for the government, so you want to hear it. Some FBI guy wants me to tow this car to the junkyard so they can search the trunk or something. Anyway, I can't tow this back because that numbskull of a gas jokey swiped my chain. Can you go look for it?
Why can you not go and look yourself?
Because that FBI agent said if I didn't stay with the car at all times, he'd start looking into where my scrap comes from. Come on, you gotta do this for me or I'm totally screwed.
Ugh. The day I start running errands for a grimy little ragamuffin is...
I'll vote for you. Please?
Miss Valentine, for reasons completely unrelated to what you just said, I shall comply with your request.
Thought you might. Don't take too long, okay?
Ah, the young mailman who has taken up the good fight to re-elect Barrett.
Yeah, I've been busier than a B-52 dropping those leaflets of yours all around town.
How odd, because I have not seen many around.
Well, maybe you just weren't looking hard enough?
I despise time wasters even more than I hate liars. Would you care to try again?
Okay, look. I was taking a break at the park earlier when I heard this weird noise coming from the bushes behind me. I turned around to look for just a few seconds, and when I turned back, someone had swapped your leaflets for Mayor Hart's.
Well, why are you standing around in the heat like a dim-witted cactus? Go and find my leaflets.
Max has to sign for this delivery, and I can't leave until he does.
So you are just waiting for Max?
He told me yesterday to wait for him if he wasn't here when I arrived. I don't understand why getting some ice is taking him so long.
Max wants only the freshest, purest ice in his drinks. When he needs some, he swims up to Alaska to hunt wild icebergs. If he left early this morning, he might be at least halfway there by now.
Oh man, that's really gonna mess up my delivery schedule.
Well, knowing Max will not be back for several hours at least, you should probably leave this here and go finish your rounds.
No way! That would be a huge violation of the Mail Carriers Code.
It is that magical time when people take leadership into their own hands and vote. I trust I can count on you voting for Barrett, yes?
No, I'm voting for your opponent.
Now, that is just unsound thinking. Ms. Hart does not have the necessary experience, gravitas, or wardrobe for the glamorous role of small-town mayor.
Yeah, but she's also not annoying me with campaign crap while I wait in the hot sun.
Well, it saddens me to see that she is not making time to get to know people. I, however, care deeply about my community.
Well, since you put it that way, I'll vote for you.
Wise choice.
If you get my name right. That shouldn't be hard for you since you care so much about the community, right?
Child's play. Could you not have given me more of a challenge?
I'm waiting.
From your slight sunburn and the way you squint, I can tell you are a local. You favor your right foot when walking, which you do often, so your shoe sole is slightly thinner on that side. You are slightly older than Miss Valentine. However, you have been less successful. The slump of your shoulders indicates dissatisfaction with your life. It also indicates a lonely bachelor lifestyle, as does the careworn look of your uniform.
Who are you, my mom? I just haven't found the right person yet.
Your pockets are filled with dog treats, despite no one ever seeing you give one to an actual dog. This suggests you are the one who is eating them, which is probably due to your low salary.
No, that's just because I've never met a dog I liked enough to give them a treat.
I can still see a bit stuck in your teeth. Based on the above information, plus countless other factors, I deduce that your name is George Ramirez Valentine.
That's incredible! No one ever knows my name, not even my own family. Of course I'll vote for you now, Miss Mayor, but you have to tell me how you knew all that.
Elementary, my dear Mr. Ramirez. I already told you, I have marvelous powers of observation. And I sign all payroll checks for government employees, you absolute dunce. You cannot hold up the mail for the sake of one signature.
I already told you, I'm not moving until Max gets back. Besides, it would be a huge breach of the mail carrier's code. And no one breaks the mail carrier's code.
What do you think would happen if you left? Do you think someone would steal from Max? Who would be that brave, besides me? And do you honestly think the mayor runs around stealing in broad daylight?
Yes, everyone knows you steal office supplies. And that's not the weirdest thing I've heard about you.
Oh, please elaborate. This should be good.
Well, I've heard that you embezzle from every business in town through your crazy tax schemes. But the most common rumor is that you kidnap virgins and eat their blood to stay young.
Nonsense. You do not eat blood, you drink it. Who would be capable of spewing such... Oh, of course. Ms. Hart. You should not let yourself be so easily convinced by a corrupt politician like Ms. Hart. It can be difficult for a layman to discern between right and wrong candidates, I know. But you were foolish to believe such falsehoods. Ms. Hart
is thoroughly dishonest and only out for her own gain. I, Eliza Barrett, am the only true option. Yeah, she told me you'd say that too. I'm gonna take Mary Hart's advice and just ignore you. I'm not going anywhere.
What if I offered you a new bicycle? It has 30 speeds, streamers, an aerodynamic basket, and a device that temporarily blinds passing stray dogs. The most effective and attractive vehicle in the history of the U.S. mail.
A Rocinante Express 4000 for me? I can't believe it!
Just imagine how it would feel. The wind in your hair, the smooth ride, the jealous looks from people as you pass by. Ring, 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 ring.
No way! Your evil tricks won't change my mind. Unlike you, I actually have integrity.
Well, your loss, I suppose. Ring, 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 ring.
Okay, Miss Mayor. I think I see what you're trying to do here. If you keep trying to get into those packages, I might just have some spicy letters between you and your snuggle bunny in my possession. And I might just share them with everyone in earshot.
Wait, you open my mail? That is illegal. I will have you fired for this.
And suddenly, it was as if all my electoral speeches were about you.
I mean, that was a lucky guess.
Put your official stamp upon my heart so that everyone knows I am yours.
Shut up! Shut up, you piece of...
My love for you burns brighter than any explosion my offspring can cause.
Fine, enough. You have made your point. Now, stop it.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. I cannot wait until my face is added to Mount Rushmore, so you can gaze into my eyes as you fly past.
Hey, Mayor Barrett, I never knew you had a soft side. You look pretty stone-faced right now, though.
There must be a less embarrassing way to do this.
Hey, Mayor Barrett, you got my tow chain yet?
Not yet. Could you remind me where I might find it?
Yeah, go to the place in town with the highest elevation and the lowest IQ.
Oh, right, Benjamin. Ugh. Could I borrow one of your wrenches?
Forget it. You don't have the proper training to handle one of these. I won't have your death on my conscience.
Oh, come on, not now.
Morning, Miss Mayor. Glad to see you up so early. Now I can tell you the good news.
You have been transferred to Antarctica?
No, a little birdie is telling everyone about how the mayor was the one who robbed the bank.
Who would ever say such a ludicrous thing?
Me? I can already see mayor steals from her own voters, disgraced forever, dies in infamy. It's like a movie, and I'm getting a craving for popcorn.
Laugh all you want. I still have everything under control. And you will behave yourself. Or else.
Or else what?
No! Never give her that opening. She'll lock you up in the deepest, darkest hole she can find. Sorry.
Kids these days. What were we talking about? This seems to be more like a personal grudge than a political one.
Personal? Why would you say that? I'm here on behalf of everyone you've trampled, and I'll see you punished for your actions.
Yeah, you tell her, lady!
Do kindly shut up, offspring.
Ha! You can't even get your own daughter to take your side. How pathetic.
Hey! How dare you talk to my mother like that? Mom, unground me! I'm gonna prank her so hard her grandmother's gonna feel it.
Oh no, I'm so scared. Or maybe I would be if your mother ever ungrounded you.
Oh, I would be happy to make an exception for such a special occasion.
Oh God, please no. How did this turn against me?
Are you from Corona originally, Miss Hart? How old are you?
Enough with the personal questions.
No, I just find this situation so damnably frustrating. Normally, I never forget a face.
Ha! You wouldn't even recognize your own daughter if she were standing right in front of you.
Of course I would. What kind of monster do you take me for?
The kind that's standing right in front of me. Let me know if you ever remember who I am, Eliza Barrett. She even changed her name back. It's like all of it never happened.
Let us discuss the bank robbery, shall we?
I'd love to.
Those thieves will be apprehended long before the election happens.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if you were right. That was one sloppy heist.
Why do you say that, Miss Hart?
Well, for starters, they got caught by the security guard twice, and they left him alive, too.
He survived being crushed by a boulder?
He did, but wait, how did you know that?
Oh, please. I know full well what security measures they had in that bank.
Yeah, the cheapest, least effective ones available. I can't believe you would buy such lousy stuff to do such an important job.
It is called being budget-friendly, Miss Hart. A real politician would know all about it. How did you find out about the robbery so quickly, anyway?
I always keep my ear to the ground for anything that could embarrass you.
I admit that the incident was unfortunate, but I fail to see how it is embarrassing.
Maybe not the robbery itself, but the owner suing you for negligence has to be humiliating. Oh, and the tiny little fact that he's moving the bank to Corona, where things are more profitable.
Which I am sure was not due to your influence.
Whether it was my idea or not, you can't stop it now.
Well, thank you. That big building takes up so much prime real estate. I cannot wait to knock it down and build something better. A statue of myself, perhaps.
Or, better yet, you could let Mike's Diner move into the building.
Miss Hart, please. We may be at odds here, but some things should never be uttered, even in anger. I do not have any more time to waste on you, Miss Hart. Excuse me, but I have business to take care of.
Yes, why don't you go write your concession speech? That will save you time on election night.
There is no rest for the wicked. I have no time to waste on idle chatter.
Well, at least I have a firefighter costume, in case I have to go back to doing bachelorette party. Why did I leave that job in? Oh, right.
The only reason Michael ever closes up is if he is getting a haircut or butchering some... Oh, yes, he was at the barber shop, was he not? Silly me. I must have omitted his existence from my memories.
Let's try that again. All right now, 40 degrees, 15 minutes north.
Ouch! God damn it, Ben!
That'll teach you, pig. Well, son of a... hello there, Miss Mayor. Someone just hucked a bunch of bottles at Amos's house and ran away. They looked Russian. You better go after him. That should do it. Good job, Brain. I said, good job, Brain. You're welcome.
I do not have time for this nitwittery.
What? Did you forget to turn up your volume, Miss Mayor? Oh, darn. Excuse me, I forgot I was wearing these. You can't be too careful with these little bastards, you know. Sometimes they really pack a punch.
Nice chain you have there.
Keep your eyes off my property, Miss Mayor.
Come on, Benjamin. We both know that chain is not yours.
And how the hell do you know that? What are you, some kind of wizard?
Not only that, but a mighty arch-wizard. There is nothing you can obscure from my all-seeing eyes.
Oh, yeah? Tell me one thing only a wizard could know.
You do not wash your hands after using the restroom.
Anyone with a sense of smell could have told you that.
Spirits of the long-gone wizards, tell me Benjamin's deepest, darkest secret.
That ain't gonna work.
No, no, it cannot be true. Benjamin would never.
You shut the hell up, spirits! What did them sticky-ass ghosts tell you?
When you were young, you were a registered member of the American Communist Party.
No! How could you? There's no way. There's just no way you could have ever known that.
Unless...
You are a wizard!
Glad we got that sorted out. Now, I will be taking that tow chain if you do not mind.
Wait, taking? With your hands? I knew you were fooling me. A wizard would hocus-pocus the chain to her hands from here. No magic, no chain.
Curses! We will not acquire the chain by talking to him, I'm afraid. Benjamin, have you heard about the robbery?
I don't know nothing. I ain't never seen a garden gnome in my life.
What garden gnome?
Exactly.
Do you know why Ms. Peterson is up here?
She wanted to look at some birds, and I wanted to look at her.
What birds? The only birds I ever see these days are pigeons. And that is because it is the only kind of bird Michael, for some unfathomable reason, refuses to cook.
There's nothing wrong in watching some birds.
And what kind of birds do you think she is looking for?
Gee, I don't know. Ostriches?
Did you also make her swear your silly oath? Or do you reserve that particular idiocy especially for me?
Which reminds me...
With God and Ducky as my witnesses, I, Eliza Barrett, solemnly swear that I am not a dirty commie. If I am ever caught in the act of spreading communism, I agree to submit myself to a fair trial headed by the Honorable Benjamin Tecumseh Zinn, and accept the inevitable death sentence carried out by Mr. Shotgun without complaint. God bless America. This is not a golf course, Benjamin.
Yep, I am well aware. Ever since you imposed that huge membership fee at the club, I've had to improvise.
For the last time, that was my yard. And that was not a membership fee. You were being sued for destruction of property.
Well, whatever you call it, I ain't paying that much just so I can golf.
I shall make you an offer, Benjamin. If you prove that you can control where the bottles go, I will leave you alone.
Now that sounds like some real fun. What's your target, Mayor?
I think my offspring would benefit from a good hard thump to the noggin.
What? Another one?
What do you mean, another one?
Excuse the familiarity, ma'am, but your kid hits her head all the time. Tripping over the same rock every day, the reverse slingshot incident, that failure with the pig catapult, sneezing way too hard while facing a wall, playing rock, paper, headbutt, trying to read a dictionary,
All right, stop. I get the idea. How do you even know about all that?
'Cause she's trying to take my place in history.
I currently hold the record for the most concussions in a single year in all of New Mexico. And I plan to keep it that way, even if I gotta aim at my own head.
I have to be elsewhere, Benjamin.
Sounds good. Where's that? Hey, Nancy, guess what? I can hit a mosquito right in the eye at 1,000 yards. Wanna see?
I believe we have run out of interesting topics. Perhaps I could think of something later. If your progress in the game depends on me interacting with this, game over. If I am not broadcasting one of my speeches, there is nothing worth listening to. Shut up, you stupid bird.
Quack, quack, quack.
What's wrong, boy?
Quack! Quack! Quack!
I see. You ain't touching my things, are you?
I would rather French kiss the bottom of Michael's deep fryer than touch anything of yours.
All right. Keep an eye on her.
Quack!
Shut up, you
Quack! Quack! Quack!
Miss Mayor, if you keep touching my stuff, I'll...
You will what? Vote for Ms. Hart?
Nope, I won't vote at all.
Shut up, you stupid bird.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
What's up, boy?
Quack! Quack! Quack!
Miss Mayor, you know I'm a trigger-happy guy, right?
Shut up, you stupid bird.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
Something to report, Ducky?
Quack! Quack! Quack!
Miss May, you got a head for law. You know I can shoot anyone who trespasses on my property, right?
As tempting as relocating Benjamin's trailer would be, I must refuse. The paperwork would be unbearable.
What exactly are you hiding behind those gates, eh? Oh, hello, Mayor Barrett.
Ms. Peterson, what are you doing? Have you finished your article?
Article? Oh, yes. Now I'm just relaxing with my favorite hobby, birdwatching.
Are you now? Which ones are you watching?
The purple sandpiper over there.
Do you mean the yellow-rumped warbler?
Yes, exactly. We call it differently in Maine.
Well, the yellow-rumped warbler tends to nest near water. You will not see many more by the airfield. Why not go down to Crystalline Lake?
Thank you for the advice, Miss Mayor. Please, excuse me. Talking could scare the birds away.
If there actually were any birds around here, it certainly could. Shut up, you stupid bird.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
What's that you said, boy?
Quack! Quack! Quack!
Now, don't be ridiculous. Why would the mayor try to steal my tow chain?
Snitch. Shut up, you stupid bird.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
You want me to shoot who?
Quack! Quack! Quack!
I'm afraid Ducky don't like you very much, Miss Mayor.
Shut up, you stupid bird.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
What's up, boy?
Quack! Quack! Quack!
Miss Mayor, you know I'm a trigger-happy guy, right? Sounds like we had a bet.
No thanks. I like my backside as it is, bullet-free. It is quite... A Corley, I think. If Mr. Harrelson does not move it within a week, I shall have to... The sheriff's office can wait. I should take care of the evidence while I still have the chance. Hello there, Viper.
Shh, don't say that, dear. I heard that there's an FBI agent in town. I don't want to be found out.
You must mean Agent Ortega.
Listen, Eliza, I know you're mad at me, but I can't go to prison. Do you know what they do to me? They'll probably use me as a human sandbag or tie me to a chair and test cosmetics on me. I'll have to murder my bunkie, dress her corpse in my clothes, wait for them to carry her away, escape by killing a few cafeteria workers, climb on the top of the prison with a hostage, make my demands, kill her anyway, get shot at, pull out my...
Lorraine, get a hold of yourself. This has nothing to do with you, I swear. Now calm down or I will have to slap you.
Really? Oh, thank goodness. My poor heart can't handle this kind of stress.
Do you not have some way overdue tax forms to fill, Lorraine?
Don't you have something better to do? I don't know, like getting Mike's money back instead of harassing poor old ladies?
My money!
I take it you have heard about the bank robbery.
You bet I did. Sloppiest work I've ever seen.
What makes you say that?
Oh, come on! This is Grand Larceny 101. Never get caught. All that pea-brain salesman had to do was find someone to pin it on. Knowing our beloved sheriff as we do, something as evasive as the Chipmunk Gang would have done the trick.
So, you know about the Chipmunk Gang?
Have you seen the bullet holes in Tucker's truck? Well, he got those down in Tijuana. Courtesy of the Mexican Chipmunk Cartel, Los Cascanueces Sangrientos.
The world has gone completely mad.
I agree. Who knew there were even chipmunks in Mexico? Things got so bad, Tucker was forced to get creative to cross the border.
What did you mean by creative border crossing methods?
One thing we learned is that chipmunks are really into a genre of music called C-pop.
What on earth is a C-pop?
Let's just say it's high-pitched. Now, they were trying to form an all-chipmunk band, but no one had any experience. Thanks to Tucker, they became international recording stars in just 6 weeks. Tucker's still taking care of the band, actually.
Do you have any proof of these wild claims?
I can probably get you tickets. How many do you want? 2? Maybe you could take Amos.
Oh, I do not think taking Amos would be a good idea.
Oh, of course. The Chipmunks.
Oh, no, I was not even thinking about that. It's just, well, Amos always sings along at concerts. It is so embarrassing. My offspring has recently been quite adamant that I raise her allowance. She claims it is for the sole purpose of purchasing vegetables. Now, that is obviously a lie, but I wish to check with you before I punished her.
It's good that you did, because I think for once she's telling the truth. She cleaned me out of broccoli.
Well, at least she is spending all her money on healthy snacks instead of some new wild endeavor.
Wow, Eliza, you really don't know your daughter at all, do you? Betty's convinced that there's only one supply of broccoli in the entire world. If she can find the source, she can destroy it all.
This broccoli delusion is too far-fetched for my offspring to have come up with it on her own. I do not suppose you had something to do with this, did you?
I didn't, I swear. I mean, not directly. She was playing with an old tin of beans when she found it stuck to the bottom. The Scroll of the First Floret. It details the origins of a sacred vegetable, its mysterious powers, and the secret society that created it and spread it to all corners of the world.
Yes, of course. A mysterious vegetable growing society. Who are its distribution specialists? The Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny? I am perversely curious to hear more about this sacred vegetable society.
Hundreds of years ago in Italy, a tavern owner named Michelangelo Caminatore was concerned. He saw how unhealthy people's diets were, and how they struggled to feed themselves and their families. Using his agricultural knowledge, he sought out the healthiest plant he could find and started to grow it. Others came around to his way of thinking, and before long, he had built a society of followers. They called themselves the Order of the Verdant Savior. They truly thought they could end war, famine, and disease forever.
So, they plan to achieve world peace and harmony through kale and turnips?
Yes, exactly. Granted, they didn't succeed, but that wasn't their fault. Everything was fine until the Pope got involved.
Religion? Getting in the way of world peace and harmony? No.
He was so inspired by their mission that he showed Caminatore one of the Vatican's biggest secrets. The location of the Holus Sanctus, the holy vegetable of legend.
Since we do not live in a vegetable-based global utopia, I am assuming something went wrong.
Yeah, big time. In the right hands, the Holus Sanctus could have saved the world. Unfortunately, the wrong hands got there first. Caminatore was killed by one of his own followers in a coup. Whoever that fiend was, he slaughtered the faithful adherents and replaced them with greedy stooges. With the sacred vegetable in the hands of brutal capitalists, its powers were soon corrupted, and the Order was no more.
What about this vegetable was so allegedly sacred?
Well, according to the scroll, whoever possesses the first floret of the very first head of broccoli ever grown will be rewarded with eternal life.
I understand that vegetables are healthy, but surely that is an exaggeration.
According to the scroll, every piece of broccoli a person eats steals a tiny bit of their life force. This life force is transferred to the holder of the first floret, sustaining them forever.
This is complete and utter nonsense.
Broccoli grows fast, it's cheap, and it's easy to transport. People buy it in huge quantities because they think it's healthy and force themselves to eat it.
But how would such a life-stealing vegetable even come into existence?
Well, I looked it up, and it seems there are 3 theories. 1, it was a biological weapon created by a medieval wizard that killed its creator before he could destroy it. 2, its seeds traveled from hell on the bottom of a demon's hoof and took root. The 3rd theory is that a cauliflower was corrupted by a trickster spirit and turned evil.
This vegetable story of yours is patently ridiculous.
You shouldn't laugh at the Church of Crucifer, dear.
Perhaps I spent too much time in the sun today. I could have sworn you just said the Church of Crucifer.
I did. See, Order of the Verdant Savior didn't really fit their image anymore. Under its new leadership, the Society's ultimate goals had completely flipped from altruism to profit.
Ah, I see now why you refer to this as a church.
What ostensibly started as a small religious organization eventually became a soulless megacorporation.
This is preposterous. First of all, if such a powerful organization truly existed, I would know about it. Second, I would already be in charge.
I'm sure you would make an excellent cult leader, but the scroll says the church disbanded long ago. After its leader was apprehended and most of his followers imprisoned, it just sort of died out.
How did they manage to capture the Crucifer's leader and his minions?
A 12-thief manhunt, bell tower surveillance, burning bushels of broccoli at the stake, a traveling show called Ye Unsolved Mysteries exposing their misdeeds. But in the end, it took only one night to bring them down. Asbeth, der Offspringer. Asbeth was beyond dedicated to her cause. When she died, she ordered her followers to plant her up to her neck in a field, as a warning to any future vegetable cultists.
What inspired Erzbeth's fervor? Was she commanded by visions of long-dead saints to fight for the greater good?
No, she was allergic to broccoli.
But my offspring cannot possibly hate broccoli that much. Why is this so important to her?
She thinks she's the reincarnation of Erzbeth der Offspringer. Finishing her work is now Betty's holy mission.
An anonymous cult of broccoli acolytes secretly controls the world through vegetable consumption. And my daughter, who could get lost inside a paper bag, is the reincarnation of their noble eradicator. Oh, and all broccoli consumed worldwide originates from a single source, quietly draining the life force of those who consume it to sustain the cult's evil immortal leader. Have I missed anything?
No, but what I didn't mention yet is that Betty's ultimate goal is to kill the leader. She thinks once the Fiend is dead, the organization will crumble again. And humanity will finally be free of broccoli's evil influence.
Well, thank you so much for encouraging my offspring to go on a murderous rampage.
Oh, trust me, dear. She needed no encouragement.
I have more pressing matters to attend to. We shall talk later.
See you later, dear.
That don't sound like the wind. Let's greet the intruder with our customary welcome gift. You got nothing to fear from old Benzin, little commie. It's Mr. Shotgun you should be worried about. Quack, quack, quack!
That will teach you to stand in my way, you future roast dinner.
Ducky? You okay? You look... off. I don't know. Maybe he's got a cold or something.
He looks perfectly fine to me.
Something's not adding up here. He don't seem like his usual talkative self. Ducky, how much is 2 plus 1?
Quack, quack, quack.
It is? Well, you keep on being a good boy now, all right?
Another campaign promise fulfilled by the Barrett administration. Now, let me get rid of some trash you accumulated in my pockets. All's well that ends well. Now then, back to Miss Valentine. I believe this is what you were looking for.
Finally! Thanks, Mayor Barrett. You saved me a sore arm and been a hospital visit. Anyway, I'm sure you have something else to do, so I'm gonna leave now.
Actually, Miss Valentine, considering the grave importance of this investigation, I feel it would be wise to accompany you.
Do you have to?
Yes, let us be off.
Oh, man.
Looks like the tip I got from that dynamo lady was a good one. And I thought he hated me before. I better get out of here before Ben...
Gee, it's hot enough to scramble possum brains out here. Can't wait to get home and crack open a nice, cold, Earl Eugene Scruggs banjo. What the hell's going on here?
Somebody called in an anonymous complaint that your trailer's in danger of falling off the cliff.
What in the fat hell are you talking about?
You can't go back to your trailer, Ben. It's a danger to you and everyone else.
Danger? Chew. My trailer wouldn't hurt a fly. Now look, there's a whole bunch of them hanging out inside.
Sorry, Ben. My hands are tied.
No, they're not. I can see them. And what's that paper you put on my door?
It's an eviction notice.
Like hell, a piece of paper is gonna keep me away from my rightful American property.
Okay, since you're not going to listen, how about now?
Mine's bigger, Amos, so you just put that little pea shooter back in your dollhouse. That there's my home, and I'm fixing to go inside and have a nice cold beer. Now come on, move aside.
Ben, you can't go back inside your home, and that's final. Now, it's a beautiful night. Why don't you go enjoy it from the relative safety and comfort of the filling station? You already spend most of your time down there anyway.
Miss Valentine should be done with the car by now. All I need to do is lure her out and plant the evidence without anyone noticing. Perhaps these two could serve as a suitable distraction. Miss Valentine, it is so good to see you.
What's going on? Why are you being so nice to me?
Does a loving mother need a reason to be nice to her offspring's best friend?
A loving mother doesn't, no.
You did not open the trunk, did you?
Of course not. I did a little, but it was just a couple of inches. Why would it matter if I opened it?
For starters, you could be charged for tampering with evidence.
I towed the car here. My prints are all over it.
You might need a lawyer, Miss Valentine, and soon.
Aren't you a lawyer?
Well, yes, but my specialty is in koala divorces.
Really? Well, I think I'll wait and see if I actually get in trouble first.
You have had a long day. Why not take a break?
You're acting really weird, Mayor Barrett. I've known you my whole life, and you've never spent this long talking to me before.
Perhaps I have something important to tell you.
Really? And what would that be?
My offspring needs your help. I do not know all the details, but something involving a blender and one of Roscoe's cows.
But isn't she grounded?
Yes, but how do you know?
'Cause Betty's always grounded.
You will not believe this, but I saw Benjamin outside just a moment ago. I believe he is planning to help himself to more of your property.
Seriously? Twice in one day? Damn it! Hold on a sec. Hey, run!
Ow! How'd you even know I was here? I was being the sneakiest.
Mr. DeLuca and I crossed paths earlier. He seems most eager to speak with you.
The friggin' trash compactor again? I already told him no, damn it! Why are people always begging me to let him use it for stupid reasons?
I have a perverse desire to hear these stupid reasons.
Well, I got a million of them. DeLuca, for starters, he says he can't afford to bury some of his deceased family. Or people like family, as he put it. Mike's always begging to use it so he can compact his leftover meat scraps. He's planning some weird new product launch. Protein bars. Sounds stupid. Carrie told me to jump in it the other day, which I thought was weird. And those annoying stripy rat things are always... Anyway, tell Marco that I said no. If he wants to talk about it, he knows where to find me.
I think it is best we change topics.
Whatever you say.
How are things going with your new landlord?
Oh, they're going great! For him. I'm on the verge of bankruptcy thanks to you.
This is a valuable lesson in personal responsibility, Miss Valentine. You will read the fine print next time, will you not?
Yeah, you know what? I got some fine print here, but it's kinda hard to read.
You cannot intimidate me with your little tool.
Fine, just give me a minute. I'll go grab a bigger one.
It would be wiser to use that minute to read the fine print of your contract.
Fine print?
Nice talking with you, Miss Valentine. Now, if you will excuse me. That was a particularly forlorn sigh.
I'm fine. Just forget it, okay?
Well then, if there is nothing else... This is against my better judgment, but I feel compelled to ask, what is the matter?
Look, I hate to ask, but I need some advice.
We both know where this is going. She will share some silly emotional nonsense and ask for my opinion. I am personally of two minds about this. I absolutely do not care about her romantic quandaries, and I despise touchy-feely conversations. We also do not have unlimited time. It is hardly a good moment to start a long conversation. However, pretending to care and giving her some advice might just get her to leave.
Mayor Barrett? Yoo-hoo, hello, you there?
Warning, if you choose this option, innocent young hearts will be at stake. Are you sure you're ready for the responsibility of giving romantic advice?
Ugh, I knew you were going to say that. I suppose I am willing to hear a few more details.
It's about John. I know how he feels about me, and he wants us to have a future together. But I see that future happening with someone else. So what should I do about it?
Well, that is a complex issue, albeit not an uncommon one. Give me some time to think it over, all right?
I guess. Don't take too long, though. I don't want to be thinking and talking about my feelings all night. Bleh.
Miss Valentine, I have returned.
Great.
Other matters require my attention. Goodbye, Miss Valentine.
Yup.
Miss Mayor? How weird to see you here.
Why are you whispering?
Shh! Careful, Miss Mayor, or you'll disturb Linda. I'm not supposed to bother her until she finishes her shift. Actually, I'm not supposed to bother her after her shift either.
For goodness sake, go in there and just talk to her.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I'm tired of tiptoeing around, waiting for her to explode. I'm sick of apologizing for just existing. I'm a person, damn it, and I deserve to be treated with respect.
Jiminy fixin' Christmas, Slim. Would you please be quiet?
Yes, ma'am.
Must we? Really? Ugh, had I known robbing the bank would require heart-to-heart talks, I would have said to hell with Jenkins. Let me guess, Mr. Slim. Problems of the heart?
I think I might be having feelings for someone else. What should I do, Miss Mayor?
I do not think I can help. I know I can. But first, there is something you need to know about Miss Valentine. Why not tell me how you really feel about Miss Valentine?
Well, I know Linda can be kind of short with people. She's downright mean sometimes. I don't like how she throws wrenches, and I don't really like how often she throws them at me. I don't want to drive the tow truck. I don't want to go to Mike's every day. And I'm tired of not being able to kiss my girl in public. Literally everything I do or say seems to be the wrong thing, and I'm good and sick of it.
Goodness, you have certainly made the picture very clear for me. I absolutely know what you should do.
Yeah, me too. I should stay with her for as long as I can. I'm a wimp. I'm a chicken. And the only things I understand are car engines and hairstyling techniques. If I don't stick with Linda, I gotta show her how invested I am in our relationship. Linda, baby, I gotta ask you something before it's too late. Linda?
What?
Come on out here, baby. There's something I want to ask you.
This better be important, fool. You know how busy I am.
Linda Valentine, will you marry me?
Oh, this better not be one of Betty's pranks, or I swear I'll
No, baby, I'm for real. All this is yours forever.
Oh, yeah, okay, I guess.
Oh, Linda, you've made me the happiest man on earth. Carrie, what's wrong?
Hey, what the hell? We just got engaged. You're already chasing after other girls?
Sorry, baby.
Now that Miss Valentine is out of the picture, let us return to less emotional pursuits. Hippity hoppity, this is now Laszlo's property.
And that's how I brought the Yeti to justice.
Jack, I keep telling you, that was just a tall old man with really long hair. The real Yeti is still out there. I know it.
That's why you'll never get anywhere professionally, Amos. Anyway, here we are. Pelirroja, is the Perp's car ready for us?
I have a name, you know.
And I'm sure it's a beautiful one. Now, let's stop wasting taxpayers' money and get that thing open. Well, if it isn't the lovely Mayor Barrett. Came to see how unfit Amos is for his role?
Agent Ortega, it has been a really long day. Just get that accursed trunk open so we can move on with our lives.
Yo tenía un perro que se llamaba Pingo. That's another notch on my belt.
Jack, people reported seeing 3 suspects in 3 different costumes. And this is just a third of what was reported stolen. Maybe the suspect didn't work alone.
Amos, it's exactly that sort of thinking that limits you to local law enforcement. Clearly, Hardy has tricked us with mirrors and costume changes, and hid the rest of the money elsewhere. That way, even if his car was searched and the money confiscated, he still has a nice stash.
That seems like kind of a reach.
Just admit that you're jealous of the famous Jackson Ortega. Anyway, case closed. I win, you lose. Come on, let's get some shut-eye before we check out this alleged secret military base of yours.
You go ahead and get some sleep. I have to go check on a public safety concern.
I'd offer to help, Socio, but rescuing cats from trees is beneath me.